would when I receive a message in the chat, I would read out the names. So let's just have a couple of minutes where we'll look at that and then to just introduce ourselves briefly, and then we'll continue. Feel free to send your name in the chat or to just unmute and give us your name and the country from which you are joining us today. We have
Christiana.
Bori.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
I am Christiana Robert from Sierra Leone.
You're welcome, Christiana. We have Sir Kasibori in Sierra Leone. Welcome, Mr. Kasibori. We have
I am George
Priscilla.
Moore. Sorry.
You're welcome, Mr. George from Sierra Leone. We have Priscilla, who's joining us from Nigeria. You're most welcome. We have Mr.
I am Nana Jones. Oh, sorry.
Please continue. Please continue.
Hi, I'm Nana Jones from Sierra Leone. Go down, please. Go downstairs, okay?
You're most welcome, Nana. Thank you for joining us today. We have Sir Elijah Jude Conte from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Thank you. We have Professor Ola Davis from Nigeria. Thank you for joining us today. We have Toluwani Masi Jagede from Sierra Leone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anyone else want to take maybe one or two more introductions before we proceed? We'll give that another 30 seconds and then we'll continue. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So this training session today, we want to look at practical tips for excellence in the new year that's coming. You know, we're at that point in time, the end of the year, everyone's putting together resolutions, most of which will be forgotten by the 10th of January. But we want to look at
I think the Internet of Andre is fixing. And just like you said, we have about the key team of our PHL. We have Samuel, we have Andre, who happens to be the coordinator for tonight. We have Bumi, and we have Shola also. While we are waiting for Andre to join us.
I'm back. Sorry, as I had mentioned, the technology, my laptop just gave out. Sorry about that, but I'm back. And yes, have you introduced team? Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, have you introduced the team?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So in today's meeting, we intend to look at the practical tips for excellence in the coming year and even possibly forward. And we'll be looking at methods to accomplishing this goal, and some of which we'll have some discovery activities, peer-to-peer discussions, and then we'll have questions and answers. We really look forward to having this to be a very interactive and beneficial process. But like the topic is practical tips, so if you can have a book and pen with you to take notes, would be really good for you, because what we'll be looking at today is purely to help you, and that's it. We intend to spend no longer than 1 hour 15 minutes. It is our hope that we would spend a total of 1 hour 15 minutes to look at the different topics, and then we'll take it from there. Our objectives for today, at the end of this discussion, want to ensure, firstly, everyone should be able to define excellence. What is excellence? Because we live in a world today where everybody seems to have their own opinion of what something is. But we need to be able to know as a collective what excellence is. And then we'll be able to list at least 5 reasons why people fail. We want to ensure at the end of the day, able to why 5 reasons why people fail. At least 5 practical tips for excellence. That's our goal. We want at the end of this discussion to be able to tell 5 practical tips for excellence and 5 reasons why people fail. And then we're able to identify at least 5 benefits of embracing the principles of excellence. Because knowing the principles is one thing. It's easy to know. Anyone can know. But actually putting it into practice, and that's when we can reap the benefits. So having put in practice the principles of excellence, what are the benefits? We want to be able to at least 5 of those benefits for excellence. And to take us through this period today, this discussion, our next 1 hour 15 minutes, we have with us facilitators, have a panelist who will be taking us through. 2 of them, actually, very, very, well, they're giants in their own fields. And I would do them an injustice if I try to introduce them. So I would encourage them to introduce themselves. So over to you, our panelists. Tell us about yourselves, short introduction, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is BC Oni, and I'm an economist, and I work with FunQuest in Lagos, Nigeria. I specializes in corporate turnaround, strategy, finance, investments, and more importantly, personal improvement. Thank you. Tonight, I reckon that we're going to have a very interesting session around this topic and ensure that we're able to well prepare for 2024. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you again to our meeting. My name is Shola Jegede. My background is in accounting, but I've been involved in a bit of financing for about 32 years. A member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sierra Leone. I'm an IFC certified trainer or trainers also. And I will be here for the next 1 hour about to discuss along with BC on how to prepare us for 2024. No matter what is happening in 2024, we mustn't coast around. We must excel. For me, it doesn't matter what the global situation looks like. I believe there are things that you and I can do to actually see excel there. So I'm glad to be here with you tonight. Thank you.
Awesome. So, before we dive in back to our panelists, so maybe let's just have a quick, you just to have an understanding of where everyone is. Can we just have, in our opinions, maybe 2 minutes to what is excellence?
So let's just have a couple of minutes where we'll look at that, and then to just introduce yourselves briefly.
I think we have a mic that's
feel free to send your name in the chat or to just unmute and give us your name and the country from which you are joining us today. We have Zach Ori. Please go ahead.
I am Christiana Roberts from Sierra Leone.
Sorry.
You're welcome, Mr. George from Sierra Leone. We have Priscilla, who's joining us from Nigeria. You're most welcome. We have.
I am Nana John. Oh, sorry.
Please continue. Please continue.
Hi, I'm Nana Jones from Sierra Leone. Go down, please. Go downstairs, okay? Sorry.
You're most welcome, Nana. Thank you for joining us today. We have Sir Elijah Jude Conte from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Thank you. I have Professor Ola Davis from Nigeria. Thank you for joining us today. We have Toluwani Masi Jagede from Sierra Leone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't know if I'm the only one getting the feedback.
Anyone
Hello?
else want to take
Can
one or
you?
two more introductions before we proceed?
Yeah, we are getting
Another
it.
Can you hear me?
30 seconds,
Someone else's mic is
then we'll
on.
continue.
No, apart from the mic, it seems as if we're having a
Okay.
loop of the
Thank you, everyone.
parts that have passed.
So, this training session
Can
today,
you?
we want to
I think we're past that now. I think the feedback is gone off. Can you all hear me? I think quickly, please, if we can have some questions or like we already have Nadon's facility of being outstanding or extremely good.
Internet of Wonders.
Unfortunately, Chitu was having.
And just like we said, we have about the key team of our PHL.
I think the feedback is bad.
How long
It's possibly is with the YouTube feed. You can turn off the live feed for a moment and turn it back on. It's giving us the feedback. Yes, anybody else can give us a definition of excellence? Excellence is the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. That's from Nana Jones. Anyone with another idea? Something different? Excellence is a state of being the best, the topmost heights. That's from I think this is Team Mercy from Toluwani Mercy. Yes. Excellence is a state of being the best, the topmost heights. Yes. Above all, reaching the Everest. That's another good definition of excellence. Being distinctive. Yes. That's from Priscilla. Priscilla says being distinct is another attribute that we can think for excellence. John is saying being outstanding in what you do. Yes, that's another very good definition. Simple. Being outstanding in what you do. Io says excellence has to do with producing expected results at the expected time. I like that. Not just the expected results, but at the expected time. We could look at that. Yes. Extremely good. CC is saying extremely good. George is saying being the simple, best. Excellence, best. Yes, I believe all of this is in place, and I want to thank you for contribution so far. And I believe our panelists also would have an idea of what they want us to consider in relation to excellence. So maybe I'll turn over to you, starting with Mr. Jegede. Give us what you want us to believe today's program as the definition for excellence from your own
Thank
view.
you so much, Andre.
Yes, sir.
Excellence is a word for me that I think is very complex to define, and I will tell you why. Let me start with a story. There was a man, he's a sculpturist, and he was actually carving some images. One was bad, and the other one was okay. And a man came to him and asked him, why are you carving another image of this particular structure? He said, oh, something is at fault on the original one. And the man looked at both. He said, I'm sorry, I can't see anything that is at fault in these two images. They are not the same. And the man said, can you look at the nose? There's a little crack on the nose of the older one. Oh, and the person said, oh, wow, I can now see it. Say, by the way, where do you want to hang it? Oh, say, I'm hanging it in our chapel. And it's about 20 feet high where I'm hanging it. And the man was wondering, if a little crack in the nose, and you are hanging it in 20 feet above level, nobody's going to notice it. Say, no, in my job, it's not about who notices it, but I notice it, I give the best every time. For me, I can see excellence from giving your best every time, even when nobody notices it. There are times you may have done something great and people may be clapping for you, and you know you have not actually given in your best. You can be at work and maybe you're able to hit the target and you say, wow, this individual has actually surpassed the target in that office. And at home, your husband may be looking at you as this is the worst wife I've ever been. To the husband, that woman is the worst wife. At home, she's an excellent person. So she might be excellent in character, but in terms of being an excellent person, she's not an excellent person. So you can see that when you talk about excellence, it's about you, not just about what you do. You can be excellent in your studies, and in people management, you can have F9. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that. Mr. BC, you have anything to add to that? Any other view as to what we should think of excellence?
Thank you, Andre, and thanks, Shola. I've listened to you reading out some of the definitions that the audience has given. I guess we can marry all this cocktail of words together and put excellent this way. Some of the ones that resonated with me include consistency and outstanding performance. But someone says something about meeting expectation. Rather, excellent is exceeding expectation and surpassing established standards. And it implies demonstration of exceptional skills, knowledge, dedication, and a commitment to never-ending continuous improvement. So there is no destination when it comes to excellence. It's not about your competence. It transcends competence. It keeps striving in any and every area of your life. So let's keep it at that, and we begin to dig deeper as we unfold this concept in further discussions.
Oh, that is quite enlightening. I believe two things that I've noted. I like the first part that was you give your best every time if no one else notices, even if no one notices, and that excellence does not have a destination. It's just continuous improvement, iteration, becoming better than the last time. That's awesome. And so then, if this is the case, why then do people fail? Why do people fail? So I want to turn it over to you again, the panelists. Mr. BC, starting with you this time. Can you tell us some of the reasons why people fail? If If it's these are quite very simple
Okay,
definitions.
all
If we
right.
had means the very best. So why do people fail?
It's curious because the concept of failure in itself is a journey. Nothing just happens. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Failure, success, excellence, whatever it is, nothing just happens. And if we look at excellence from that perspective, we can begin to look at certain variables. We have defined excellence, and if we equate people not being excelling in their choosing either career, marriages, or whatever other vocation, is as a result of some of the comments I'm about to mention. Number one is that lack of clarity of what either success or the destination of whatever area they want to attain. Most people just function in a congregational manner. And what I mean by people are doing this, then let me do it. No, most people are not clear on their own destination. And if you're not certain about your destination, all roads will lead there. So that's number one. Number two is, like I said earlier, excellence comes from continuous and never-ending improvement. You must embrace lifelong learning. You must keep studying, becoming better, like the analogy Shola gave. You must be able to see the invisible, the minutest details of your work. These days, in some in career or corporate world, you see people doing something mundane like writing memo or writing a letter, maybe official letter. And to the extent that they have a supervisor or a manager, they will say, oh, don't bother, just do something and pass it on to the manager. Manager will rewrite it. They have forgotten that they are actually writing their own excellent story or lack of it. So it's a form of failure. It's a destination to failure that they are doing. Although it's micro, but they are every day doing that. Then they are really writing their own journey, destination of failure. Next point I want to discuss, why do people fail? One, I talked about lack of clarity of what success means or what excellence means. I talked about continuous and never-ending improvement. Number three is lack of clear goals. Some people, at times people achieve results in either career or business, and they don't know that they have achieved their results. They don't have clarity about this is what I want to achieve. You're selling something, you don't have clarity whether this is how I want to approach the market, this is how I want to approach my client, this is the product, this is the pricing, this is the packaging, this is the platform, this is the type of promotion I want to adopt. There are no clarity. People just start things and they just run their life by the hip. And the next point I would like to discuss is maybe lack of resilience. Guess what? In 2024, there'll be a whole lot of challenges. I've read quite a number of investment banks' forecasts for next year. It's a given. There will be economic issues, all global economic issues. Next year is US election, and there'll be a whole lot of disruptions in there. And from Europe, the numbers, the macro variables are not looking great. Even in Nigeria. So assume people building their hope on the turnaround of the economy are just wasting their time. So there must be resilience. We must build internal capacity and resilience to ensure that no matter what the economy presents, no matter what the environment presents, no matter what situation throws at me, I'm really and ready to make sure that I can overcome that. One of that strategy you can use mindfulness, and it's a summation. That word in itself is a summation of the first 3 points I've talked about. Where am I per time? What are the clarity of challenges I'm facing? And how do you ask for help around those challenges that you currently face? And if you're a career person, for instance, you're building a career, you must be able to maintain that balance, your work-life balance. Inability to do that, you burn out faster and quickly, and then failure will result. So, because the question you ask is, why do people fail? People fail for 1,001 reasons. Most of which outside of this reasons of itemized mindset, it is more than that word. When you talk about mindset, people just believe that, I mean, several years ago, when Nigeria started the first democratic journey, that was 1999, I thought that, look, we're debating, my wife and I were debating whether we should buy a generator into the house or not. And I said, yes, I mean, the power system is going to improve. And she said, no, notwithstanding, let's hedge. And we listened to her, we adopted that. Guess what? 25 years down the road, the power is still epileptic. 25 years down the road, the power is still epileptic. So the question is, the ability to be sure, your mind is positioned that no matter the challenges, what is certain is that in 2024, you're going to face a different round. Will determine whether you hand out well or the other way. So let me just pause here so that we can also listen to Shola.
Thank you so much, BC.
Over to you, sir.
You can, yeah, BC has spoken from two dimensions, the one from within and external also. And they have spoken about both the macroeconomic issue and the other ones also. So we can see that when you talk about why people fail, 1,001 reasons, like we said, there's internal and there's external. There are ones you can control and the ones you can't control. But just like we said, that the issue of people not having a goal, maybe I just add something there, maybe a smart goal. So people can have goal, but it's not a smart goal. For example, if I just say, oh, next year I'm going to buy my first private jet, I say, oh, that's a goal. But I first of all have to look at my economic resources. I have to look at quite a number of things. So it might not be a goal that is actually attainable. So, and also maybe in addition to that one, no matter what we talk about, failure to work hard, which actually work along with resilience also, is a key factor. We seem to be in a generation who believe that we can just wish and have it. But in my little days on earth, I've discovered that if you are not working hard, you are going to possibly end up as a mediocre. In every sector of your life, every segment of our life requires working hard, be it your career. I've seen people in their 30s and 40s, and they can almost not walk a kilometer. Why? It's not because they want to be that one, but they choose not to actually embrace the issue of physical exercise. So not working hard, either on your career, either on your health, either on your family, either on every rest of your life, will be, for me, is one of the key factors that will help people to work to fail. That's internal. And also there can be poor background. For example, there are some factors that you cannot actually do. You don't have the requisite resources to do it. Maybe I might that one poor background with lack of relevant resources. Yeah, these days we seem to have got the number of resources online on the website, but there are some that might not be actually have access to such things. For example, maybe you work in a banking sector and you have not been trained, and you are just marking time year 1, year 2, year 3. I can assure you your productivity is going to be down because there are tools that you actually need to perform. For example, I remember when we were going to school, we were using 4-figure table. Can you imagine if they could say you could somebody 4-figure table to go and pass mathematics now? Others who are finished mathematics, by the time you are still looking for sine 40 and I mean all those things. Or they give you a slide rule. So you actually require tools. Or you are still pressing your calculator when somebody is working on Excel and just put the figures there before you know it, the graphs are out and every other thing. So if you don't have the requisite materials, I can assure you, if you pray more than pray mountains, you will still fail. And there are some work environment also that I call acidic. There are some people that are actually good, but they have an acidic work environment whereby it's like eat dogs. But I'm sure there was a particular, we had a session on succeeding in an acidic environment. We may have to look at it again this year. You can still succeed despite an acidic environment. But I can assure you, if somebody is working in an acidic environment, we find it a bit difficult to actually excel in comparison with somebody that is having a very conducive environment also. BC said something by the time he was taking us through about the macroeconomic factors and some of the stuff is going to happen worldwide in 2024 by predictions, that the economic situations are not likely going to be good. And you and I, we agree that we need the economic factors to be able to do some things. For example, you spoke about a generator. I don't know, maybe his generator is on now as it's working. Can you imagine somebody does not have access to a generator and you want to run something like this one? You may be discovered that no matter how intelligent that person may be, it might not actually be able to perform. So we talk about hard economic situation might actually affect somebody. For example, maybe you need a very good laptop, but the one you are having, the battery cannot even take more than 30 minutes. And you want to have about 2-hour training, and you can't afford another one. So the hard economic situation will hinder that individual to actually excel, no matter how intelligent that person may be. And procrastination, I will do it tomorrow. I will do it tomorrow. I will do it tomorrow. I'm sure that is very common in our generation. There's no one that excel in procrastination that can excel in life. You can't excel in procrastination and excel in life. No. So, but as long as people are always procrastinating, I will plan later, I will save later, I will read later, I will do this one later. Oh, give me some time. Such an individual can never excel. And also maybe some company you keep also. You know, the good book said that he that walk with the wise shall be wise, and the companions of fools shall be destroyed. There are some friends you may keep. So, well, as for me, as long as you're just keeping me my salary, I'm okay. And somebody said, no, I want not only what I want to get my salary, I want to ensure I beat the target, I want to exceed that one. The company you, even in the midst of abundance, you can still be failing. But there are some friends you keep that they actually put you on your toes from time to time. I remember the last discussion we had, that was about 10 months ago, when BC was sharing some things on some materials. I said, please send me that materials. How can you be working with BC and you won't have access to some material to improve your lot? So the company you keep, I strongly believe, will affect whether you are going to succeed or excel or fail. Let me just stop there. Thank you so much, Andre.
Oh, thank you. I hope every one of you have got your books out like I have, or because if you keep waiting, that's among the things that will cause you to fail, procrastination. So if you haven't got your book to take down, I have several pages down already, and it's quite good. So if we then have looked at why people fail, can you show us tips for excellence in 2024? You know, we're at that point in time in the year now that we're saying New Year resolutions. So now and like the topic says, it's practical tips. So we want those things that would direct us that we can do for success in 2024. And we're going back to Mr. BC to start. What are some of the things that we had to do?
Okay, thanks, Andre. Let me do a quick recap of where we're coming from. I really like to do recap so that I can provide a basis to building on what we should be doing in 2024. One, we said that excellence is not a journey. It's a journey rather, not a destination. So excellence is not a destination, but a journey. So you don't arrive, right? It's a journey. So it requires ongoing, consistent learning, reflection, commitment, and improvement. Ongoing. You need to keep. You are there. It moves. You are there. You move. You know, and you must continue to strive for excellence. So, we've said how people fail, several reasons. But let me give you 5 points. I will just talk to about 4 or 5 points on how we can really excel in 2024. One of those things I spoke to earlier, that said people fail for lack of clarity of goals. I mean, if you want to excel, you can't excel at nothing. You must know why and which area you want to excel. Define your objective. And I'm not talking of this wishy-washy type of resolution people make. Write it down. Break it down. Put time to it. That fires you up. It provides direction. When you look at it, it provides motivation. For me, I've said I have something, even it's audio, I listen to every morning about my first quarter goal. As late as 2 days ago, I still added to it. And I put it in the audio that I hear clarity of goals. So when you wake up, you play such a thing, or you have a vision board, maybe in your bathroom or in your room, you look at that, there's something that speaks to you. Excellence. And second on that is, I cannot overemphasize learning. This platform, for instance, if it is one thing you are taking away, it's all about learning. You know something, you want to learn more. You want to see how someone achieve, maybe you're achieving results in a particular task, maybe you could do it, say, in 3 days. And you think, oh, this is the best thing that's ever happened since the creation of man. But someone there could just do it in 30 minutes. Someone. So you must embrace, like, cultivate a growth mindset. In my office, for instance, there is something that is there right beside my the wall of my office. Growth. And it has a series of butterfly from egg, from larva to pupa to small butterfly, and then to big one. So cultivate a growth mindset, not a stagnant mindset, and continuously acquire new knowledge and skills. It's very important, because at the end of the day, what you know yesterday is known to the whole world. It is what do you know now that stands you out. When we're talking about excellence, guess what? There are many cars on the road, but there are cars that when you see them, about their durability, about their fuel efficiency, about their body build, about the functionality in the inside, there are certain brands you won't touch. Excellence. As if someone, in fact, some tailors will sew clothes for you, and then you'll be asking, this is, perhaps you bought it in Europe. No. It could be in the city of Sierra Leone or Nigeria or wherever it is. Made here. Let anything that passes through your hand have that touch. Whether you are in the office, you are drafting reports or something, or you are making presentation, or you're organizing a seminar, whatever it is, let there be that touch that say, oh, if you get to this thing, you are going to walk away with something. Excellence. Number 3, practice diligence. What is diligence? To continuously, consistently dedicate effort and hard work. Shola spoke about hard work to your pursuit. See, I have a colleague. I brought in about 11 trainees. And one day she walked up to my office, and I said to her, oh, you are looking somehow, you have cold or something. She said, no, yes, she has cold. What have you been doing? And she said, well, I wake up at 4 every day, 3 or 4 every day. I can't remember exactly. And what do you do? And she said, I try to read and study. Are you writing professional exams? She said, no. So what are you doing? I'm trying to prepare myself so I can be light years ahead of my colleagues while they're here sleeping. And that story stuck with me since that time. Excellence is a choice. It's not a gift, like someone said. It's an habit, what you do consistently. Even in your carriage, you train yourself, the way you speak, the way you approach people, your mannerism. You see some people, when they're in public and they take this particular, they'll be doing this. Excellence. No, that's not, it's not on. The brand you is being destroyed. Anytime you have opportunity to open your mouth, you must prepare as if that is the only one. As if the whole world is listening to you, even if there are just 3 people. You must put yourself in that perspective as if this is the only presentation I have. Number 4, I cannot again overemphasize this point. Be resilient. Be resilient. Expect setback is given. Don't try and spiritualize it. I cancel it in Jesus' name. Or you pray one, you think prayer will change that. No. There are predictable setbacks and there are mitigants you can put around that. Learn from failure. There are certain things, there are certain areas of your life that you struggle with currently. Resilience is when you provide mitigant that no matter comes, we find a way to keep this business going. I will find a way to ensure, to continue to motivate my team, to continue to encourage these people, to continue to push the product, continue to beat my yesterday's performance. I function in a project in Abuja. It's a World Bank project. And the owner of the project called some of us to help him put that together. And it was very tough for me because of time. And I said to him, look, it will be tough for my time. And he begged, he said, just spend 7 days cumulatively so you can work your time. And I agreed. By the time I turned in my report for that 7 days, this morning he sent me a text message, and that was very stirring. It was very moving. That they discussed my report, about 29-page report, and he said he found this of international standard. Guess what? Even for me, I could still, if I'm going to write it again, it's going to be far better than that. That is making sure that you continue to outperform your yesterday's performance. It may be good. Indeed, it may be the best. Indeed, you may have been certificated for it. But there is a new you for this new challenge that could be better than that. And my final point on the tips for excellence is to pursue passion. Pursue passion. See, it is when you as a fish, when a fish swim in water, they function effortlessly. If you play in your area of competence, then you'll be able to, first of all, outperform every other person. It's like when an eagle takes a snake, for instance. You just take that snake to a very high height where that snake gets suffocated. That is the place where eagle is passionate about. That's the area of competence. That's the area, territorial area where it excels. Choose your area. Don't try to be another person. Engage only in activities that you are passionate about. If it is writing, stay in there. If it is speaking, stay in there. If it is whatever it is, it is facilitating, stay in there, whatever it is, just stay in your passion business. As passion is that ingredient that fuel your business in the face of challenges. You just keep going and you're enjoying yourself because you are not swimming against the tide. When you function a passion business, what you're simply saying, I'm just having fun. At night, you're working at it and you're not seeing it as anything. Someone is coming to you to say, oh, don't you know it's 2 a.m.? Oh, really, it's 2 a.m.? I don't know. You're just having fun. You wake up again, you want to get back doing what you're doing because there's passion in it. So let's keep it at here and then we'll take it further. Those are the 5 points I want to leave with you for now. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you, Mr. BC. I think first we have from Mr. Jege, and we'll cap of it because
thank you so much, PC. And I think I'm going to leverage on where you actually, some of the things you mentioned, and I want to reemphasize it. So excellence is a choice. It's not a gift. If there's nothing you can take away, keep that one. Excellence is a habit that you have to develop. Take note of it also. And he rounded up on passion. Doing what you are passionate about and also be passionate about excellence. Because at times you may be passionate about what you are doing and you are not passionate about excellence. So it's two sides. If you are going to excel in 2024, do what you are passionate about and be passionate about what you are doing. You might be finding yourself in a workplace whereby you are not passionate about what they are being given. Maybe in the credit department, say, I think I prefer marketing. But since you are still in credit, be passionate about that marketing. Read all you can read about it. Learn all you can learn about it. It might not be every time you actually have opportunity to do what you like. It's good for you to discover what you like and you go after it. But there are situations that the system will throw at you what is not what you like per se. No matter what, make up your mind that if at all I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it excellently. So that's just what I add to what my friend have just said. And maybe one other thing you are going to excel in 2024, evaluate where you are now. Evaluate why you fail. Evaluate why you succeed. If you don't evaluate yourself, you are not likely going to excel in 2024. Evaluate your strengths, evaluate your weakness, evaluate the opportunity around you, evaluate the global trends, and see how can I mitigate this? How can I leverage on this? Oh, in 2023, I excel in this area. Wow, I'm going to build on it. In 2023, I fail in this area. How do I mitigate my failure in that area? And after that one, BC mentioned about mindset, and I actually want to say this about it again. Review your mindset. If it is not good enough, change it. You don't have to change your mindset. Some are believe that, oh, in fact, 2024, nothing good will come out. I believe something outstanding will come out in 2024.
Oh, yeah. Great opportunity.
You can see 1 out of 100, 99 might fail. Change your mindset. Some believe that until they have a perfect condition, nothing will work. But you can still come out outstandingly, even with 70-60% of resources at your disposal. Some are believing that their country, that's the worst country in the world, and nothing can excel. And yet you will see foreigners coming around and they're excelling there because they have a wrong mindset. So change, if you are going to have that, excel in 2024, review your mindset and change it. And maybe also be strategic. No matter how good, no matter how strong in what you are doing, no matter your goal, if you are not strategic, you are not likely to go to excel. Outstanding goal is not enough. Vision is not enough. You can have vision, outstanding vision. You can have goal, outstanding goal. But if you are not strategic and how to accomplish it, I can assure you, you can't excel. Your goal, your vision, and your goal and your strategy must go hand in hand and say, accomplishing and feeding your overall excellence. And I ask you, what are the strategies to excel in your career this year? What do you want to do? What strategy do you want to put in place to be in good health this year? What strategy are you putting in place? What strategies are you putting in place to have a happy home this year? What strategies are you putting in place to improve your saving this year? What strategy are you putting in place to improve your mental ability this year? Having a goal is good, but there must be a strategy that you are putting in place. And as you are putting a strategy in place, don't forget to create alternative strategies. If this strategy fails, there is something you can fall back upon. An excellent person does not just look at one way. Yes, after prioritizing it, say, this is the best way that can go. But it's actually behind the mindset, in case this way fail, what is the next thing? Have alternative route, alternative strategy to accomplish your goals. And also, maybe it's still the same thing we are saying. You know, BC spoke to something about learning. And I quickly said, learn, unlearn, and relearn.
There are some things you need to learn. There are some things you need to unlearn and throw them away. And there are some things you need to relearn. If you are going to excel in 2024, you must learn, you must unlearn some things, and you must relearn some things. You must be ready to sharpen your skills. If you are doing the same thing you are doing in 2023 with the same skill, I can assure you, your excelling will just be a mere wish. Sharpen your skills. The times you are wasting on frivolous activity, use it to sharpen your skill. In your career, sharpen your skill. Maybe as a wife, sharpen your skill. Maybe as a husband, sharpen your skill. Maybe as a leader, as a manager, sharpen your skill. How can I be a good team member? How can I be a good team leader? How can I manage my boss? Sharpen your skill. You waste times on frivolity. If you sharpen your skill, I can assure you, with the resources you still have with you, you can still excel. And also networking and partnership is not negotiable also. So you can see clearly that the issue of networking is very critical and it's very important. That there are several things you can't do alone, but I can assure you can do when you partner with other people. You don't have all the strength. There are information that somebody, your team may pass on to you. I'm not talking about all those groups that I just talking about it that waste your time, that does not add to your goal for that year. I'm talking about a situation, a team, an environment whereby their contribution will improve you in the areas you actually want to excel. Networking, you can't do it alone. There are several informations I picked from people I work with. I don't have so many of them. I choose them prayerfully, diligently. My time is my life. That goes to the next thing, time. You will never have more than 24 hours. That's nothing you can do. You will never. And on one thing about time, you can't save it that well. If I spend 17 hours today, I will save the other 5 till tomorrow. So I will have 27 hours. No. If you don't manage your time very well, you are going to waste it. You can either waste your time or invest your time. Make up your mind that my time will count for me in 2024. I'm going to manage it. And when you manage your time, you know you are managing your life. Also, be organized. Some are not organized. They might be looking for one file, and they check one, draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4, draw 5. And they spend 30 minutes looking for a particular file because they are not organized. Let me share this story with you. I remember when we were young, we can't understand what organizing was. My father had one drawer in his table. There's a place to put scissors. There's a place to place blade. There's a place to put all manners of things. If you go to my father's drawer and you remove his scissors and you return it there and you don't place it exactly where he placed it, you are in trouble. You will take it. So we are wondering, is this now not wicked? Because after all, I returned the scissors into the drawer. And my father will say, if in the dark, I know where the scissors is. But when you put it somewhere else, he said, I will be looking here and there, I will waste my life. So you can see, if you are not organized, you are going to waste your time, you are going to waste your resources, you are going to waste your life, you are going to waste other people. If you are not organized, I can assure you, you can't excel in 2024. With resources at your disposal, you need to be organized in able to do it. And I want to beg you, have a schedule. Have a schedule. I don't know about you. There are times that there are something that are priority. And you didn't put them down. And it is when you want to sleep, you have to be, I've not sent that email, and it's a priority because you don't have a schedule. If you are going to excel in 2024, have a schedule. Write them down. High priority, next priority, low priority. Or you can say important. There are some that are urgent and not important. Those were their time wasters. So what do you want as important? Look at them and set your time very well. Set a schedule. And maybe there are several things I have here, but let me just round up. Read and read and read and read. Read and read and read and read. A book that you may read may be somebody 50 years experience. And you may not have the 50 years to actually learn what he has learned, where he has failed. The research may have done costed him about $2,000, $10,000. You may not have $10,000 to actually do a research. Please read. But mind what you read. Read what will contribute to your goal for 2024. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Awesome. So, if we could just look at this quickly. Firstly, in relation to the tips we've been given, if I miss any point or if I mischaracterize what your goal was, please correct me. So I believe we can say, firstly, you must define your goal. You define your goal, make sure you write it down. You break it down into smaller chunks, you put a time to it. And I think one practical advice that was given there is that have things like a vision board or recordings. And I think that's something that I am definitely going to be looking into. And then you learning. Both speakers emphasize the fact that we must not stop learning. We must not stop learning because excellence is a habit. It's not a destination. It's just the journey. You have to keep working. And I put something down that we must be in competition with ourselves. So if I did this and it was considered excellence today, tomorrow, if I'm given the opportunity to do it again, it should be better than my yesterday. So I'm not just competing against the work that is around today, but I'm competing against my yesterday to be better. And we should expect setbacks, which is why we should be resilient. We must be resilient because issues will come up. There might be problems. There might be things that we didn't plan for, but we must then be resilient to make sure we overcome those things. And we must pursue our passions, get better at our passions, pursue them, and be passionate, not just pursue our passions, but be passionate about it. Like if you're working in an office, even if it's not the department that you might want to be, but where you find yourself, learn about it, be passionate about it. Okay. And be organized, have a schedule. I hope we have been practicing what we mentioned about planning, writing things down if we're learning this. And so quickly, because we don't have a lot of time left, want to look at the benefits. I can already see some, but I believe our panelists have thoughts on what they want to share with us as the benefits. Mr. BC, can you start for us again? Just tell us what are some of the things we can hope to enjoy if we practice these things in 2024.
Okay. It's just like you said, Andre, that the benefits are obvious. There's nothing as sweet as achieving goals. I tell you, there is nothing as sweet as that. I could almost feel the type of joy I felt, or replay the type of joy I felt yesterday when I got that letter commending the job I did at the World Bank project. Again, it's when you apply yourself, then you get more opportunity to do more. I mean, it's not prayer or trying to use long leg. When people see the quality of your output, you will get attention. There is just no way. And it's also one of the other things is that it's easy to distinguish yourself. After all, light shines best in darkness. I mean, and most people, hundreds of millions of people, there are people who are clueless about what we're talking about tonight. There are those who know but don't do anything about it. They just say, oh, okay, I know what they're talking about. There are those who knows, strive to do, but they can't see it through. But there are few who are committed. That's why they say that the top is very vacant. And it's not difficult to get to the top if you are consistent in what you're doing, which is what we call the excellence. You keep doing what you're doing. You're paying attention to those small details. You are studying. For instance, how many books have you read this year? How many? How many webinars have you attended? How many? How many have you practiced? Things you've learned. You know, so when you do seemingly small things, it accumulates to big things. Some of us wants to just hammer, like they say in Nigeria. You just want to, you are leaving school yesterday or maybe 2 years ago, and you want to hammer. You want to drive the best car. You want to live in the best property. It doesn't work like that. There are principles to anything in life. And for excellence, it must be consistent and it stands you out. That's the joy for me. You don't need to know nobody. You don't need to go and say I don't have Godfather, I don't have this. No. Just keep doing what you are doing consistently, having that touch. Like a friend used to always say, the difference between outstanding and those who are very outstanding is the little addition to it, little attention, rereading that mail, going the extra mile. So when you do that, people notice this. Promotion comes if you're in career. People patronizes your business if you're in business. Why I'm smiling is that this woman in the area I live in, Lagos, Nigeria, that's the only place that we used to get peanuts, what we popularly call groundnuts. The question is, we book in advance to get groundnut from this woman, and there are so many other people selling groundnuts. But a taste of our groundnuts, the attention, I would say to me, please don't buy groundnut from any other person. So I go there, I call her in advance. I want 5 bottles, groundnut. Now, you see, so can people even trust you? It's part of excellence. If people can't trust your job, they won't commit things to your hand. It's not possible. It's not prayers. It's not. So the beauty that you can hand people's trust, part of the benefit, you can hand people's trust. You will get notice, promotion will come, patronage will come if you run a business. There'll be a validation. Someone can say, I can speak for this person. It comes because they have experienced you from when you were watching and when you weren't watching. And this is, you can't buy this. It can't. It comes with a repeated doing of what you are known for. So because of time, let me just pause here. But there are a whole lot of things, a whole lot of benefits you can get from being pursuing the excellence code.
Yeah, thank you so much, BC.
Awesome. Can I just jump in quick for
Thank you so much, BC. I'm sure this has given us quite a number of tips. I mean, benefits that we can derive. Let me share this story and quickly bring some things out from what we can see about the issue of benefit. About 2 years ago, an organization wrote me a letter that they're having a training for 2 months and I need 8 hours per week. And I asked myself, can I give 8 hours per week for 2 months? They are not paying me. But they sent me the course outline. And when I look at it, I said, wow, this is going to add value to what I'm doing. So I deliberately created time, 8 hours a week for 8 weeks. Eventually it extended to 12 weeks. And by the time we finished the training, they selected people across the whole world, not just here alone. Maybe I think I was the only one selected in our country. By the time the result came out, after that time, the training manager wrote me and said, oh, we have something for you. And I was asked how. So we look at what happened then. We discover you top the list in most of the things. And I asked myself, I was just doing what I love doing. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it well. Let me tell you some of the benefit that comes from there, leveraging on that story. That's a true story, it's not a parable. There will be self-fulfillment. When you excel, something in you is actually moving. So there's a self-fulfillment.
That's right.
So when they talk and I look at them, I say, all those are from those countries, I beat all of them hands down, black and white. So there's a self-fulfillment. So I felt that, no, there's something in me. So you add value to others. After then, they say, oh, can you help us do this one? Can you help us do this one? Do you know when you are doing what you love, like what B said, Adisha said, what you are passionate about, and you are adding value to others, you are fulfilled. You add value. If I thought they are not paying you, that others are doing, for example, like what we are doing today, you are not paying for it. But I'm sure business is fulfilled. It's happy. Doing what it's doing. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. We're adding value to others. So when you excel, you add value to others. And 3, you are likely going to have stable employment. There's no organization that want to sack a staff that is excelling. If I thought they are closing the department, they say, please, can we move him to another department? Because there's a position there, so you have a stable employment. There's improved opportunities. Improved opportunity. After that job of 22 years ago, several opportunities has come my way. I won't tell you, but there are many. Opportunities come. And also, you boost your organization and you boost your team's morale. When your organization look at you as somebody who's excelling, even the organization is happy that this person is part of our team. And your team in your department that you are working with, they're happy. Can you imagine if your wife is doing very well? This is how the husband be walking around like this one, as if he owns the whole world. Say, it's just my wife. Why? You boost the morale of your partner. You boost the morale of your team. You boost the morale of your organization. If you are doing well, your children are happy. You boost their morale. They say, my daddy is very intelligent. My mother is very intelligent. But if you are not doing well, you might not be able to boost their morale. There's competitive advantage. Even when they want to pick 2 people out of 100, because you are excelling, you stand out and they're able to pick you. But it goes with increased responsibility also. I won't be surprised if after some time, they call BC from that one back at Abuja, say, please, we have another one. Will you help us? Excellence goes with increased responsibility. It goes with efficiency. And what you gain confidence and self-esteem. And also, don't be surprised, you'll be praised and acknowledged. Like what BC said the other time, you know, he said 2 times. It was being praised, it was being acknowledged. When you excel, you will be praised, you will be acknowledged, and also you will build a strong relationship. I can assure you, the next time this friend from Abuja has another works, he said, let me call BC again. Say, oh, I don't have to. I say, I will wait for you. You know why? Because excellence has paved the way. So you will build strong relationship with your boss. BC said something along the line. He said, there are some people, you give them a report, and when they give you the report, you are wondering, what kind of report is this one? But there are some, where should I put my signature? Because they have done very well. You build a strong relationship with your boss, you build a strong relationship with your team, you build a strong relationship with your subordinate. And finally, when you excel, growth takes place. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful, wonderful. I've been making a plea in the chat for your questions. If we have questions. So like the panelists have identified to us, I believe excellence, it doesn't hide its results. Basically, when you are good at what you do, you feel it in your bones. Am I right in saying so? You feel it, it's quite evident for all to see. You and it's not something that is just hidden between in you. It's everyone would see, you would see yourself. So you get recognition from men, but it's something that adds to your own self-worth. You become better within and without, and that keeps you happy, keeps you younger. The happier you are, the younger you stay. So, the participants, do you have any questions for our panelists? Want to take maybe 3 minutes to have respond to them before and to our panelists, we prepare a final word for us that we could share, something to leave us with to wrap up this. It's time has flown by. I haven't even noticed we've spent on this. So we have a question here from Nana Jones saying, how can one set SMART goals? How can one set SMART goals? For the question time, panelists, please just feel free to jump in. Nana is asking, how can one set SMART goals?
Okay. Yes. Let me take Nana Jones. Yeah. Let me take Nana Jones' question. Now, it's also a function of what the goal is. But like when you are setting any goal, and you call it a SMART goal, it simply means that type of goal is not woolly. Take, for instance, is a goal to say, maybe I'm in career, I'm on a job, and I feel that I need a promotion. Let's just say promotion, something like that. I want to move to my next cadre. The job, and your job is measurable. It's not that you are in the back office, maybe you are in treasury, you're in credit, book this, and you get this, assuming that's the type of employer that you have. It is very clear. SMART goals must be measurable, it's not woolly. SMART goal must be time sensitive. It must be achievable. Shola says something. You can't say, oh, next year I'm going to buy a PJ, a private jet, and you are just getting out of school, or you are just starting your business. You won't go commit murder. I'll be waiting. So, I mean, it must be realistic. It must be. Or you say, in Jesus' name, I will buy it by January 1. In Jesus' name, I will buy a new house. You're wasting your time. There are principles around this. There are principles. And if you don't follow, even God will not break his own principles. There are principles of wealth. There are principles for living long. There are principles for health. There are principles for successful marriage. You can't break those principles and say, I'm just claiming it or whatever we're trying to do. No, it doesn't work like that. So setting SMART goals means that it must be measurable, it must be tangible, it must be time-bound, and it must be realistic. So, but in setting each of them, for instance, you're weighing 120 kg, and you're saying by January end, you will now be 60. You just kill yourself. If you decide to go on drugs, you will die soon. The best bet is there are certain things over time, or you are in debt. I'm using this because you did not give us a specific objective or goal to work with. Assuming you are in debt, don't forget, you got into debt by several bad financial practices. You can't press a button and get out. You labor to get into debt, and you must labor to get out. Those things are quite basic, and they are fundamental. If you stumble, if you don't have financial discipline, you will get into debt. And when you get into debt, to get out, you must institute financial discipline. Attend to that question specifically if you have any. But my closing remarks, I mean, it's just a sentence.
Oh,
my closing remarks is a sentence, and that is.
WC, before we go to closing remarks, we have at least, let's look at this one more question. We don't have so much time, but maybe Mr. Jaren, can you help us with this? So Timothy and George Harden and tell us that he too shares the same. Working towards excellence.
Okay.
How do you deal with exhaustion and frustration? So, Mr. Jegede, you can help us with that. And physical, and emotional in all a.
Okay, let me quickly respond to that one. Are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Sorry, are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let me quickly add to what BC said about the SMART goal. For example, maybe you want to pay all of your debt. A SMART goal may look like, I will pay $20 every month for the next 12 months. It's simple. You can measure it. Oh, how much am I earning? I'm earning $50. So $10 is about 20%. Is it realistic? Yes. And might be your career. Might be that, oh, it might be your career, maybe that I will read one management book per month for the next 6 months. Maybe because you want to improve on that one. It might be your weight that CBC equally mentioned also. It might be that I will jog for 15 minutes every day for the next 1 year. So you can see it's smart, it's simple, it's measurable, is it realistic, is it attainable? Because you just say, oh, I will shed weight, you can't measure that one. So let me go to the issue of exhaustion. In time of exhaustion, it means something is not balancing. Because part of your goal is about your health. And because part of your goal is your health, there's a time for rest. In fact, in my notes here, only that I didn't get there, that one of the tips to excel in 2024 that intentionally create time to rest. It's part of the tips. Please, I want to beg you. If you don't want us to lay you to rest before 2024, try to rest. And it has to be intentional. So for Mercy, if you don't intentionally create time to rest, there's going to be exhaustion, and there's going to be a lot of diminishing returns in your productivity. It gets to the time that your productivity will actually go down. And somebody said, how do you add value to other people? When you improve their lot, when you become a blessing to them, then you are improving, you are adding value to them. Thank you.
In fact, another way to add value, just teach them what you've learned in class today. It's 1 hour, you've added value to them. So, Mr. BC had promised us that your closing remarks is just one line. Parting words is one line. Can you go around now to get that? And Mr. Jegede, I hope you two are prepared.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. The one line will just be, whatever you do in 2024, ensure that you keep reviewing your mindset. Be mindful, be mindful, be mindful, be in the present.
Thank you so much. In addition, also
present.
my final word or parting word is that have an excellent mindset. Thank you. Like I said, also have an excellent mindset. So much.
Well, that's an awesome synergy.
Thank you very much.
In the closing remarks, haven't it? Because basically, when it all boils down to it, I believe we can say that excellence is a mindset. It's what you as an individual choose to do with your time, with your job, with your career, with your business, how you live your life. It's a mindset. It's up there. And so if you are renewing your mindset and that is focused on being excellent, you'll find you go back to the work, you'll correct something else. Like in the first story that Mr. Jegede told us, the man, he knew the first work had an issue and he addressed it irrespective of the fact that no one could see it. He did it so. And so that's it for us today. there's a lot of things for each and every one of us here to digest, and we really hope that you have been inspired by this to improve, to work on what your 2024 is going to be like. And we hope to see we're almost for the new solutions that, and I hope this 1 hour, well, it's coming to about 1 hour 30 minutes that we've been together, has been enlightening to that part of your journey. Again, this is a training conducted by Prime Heights Associates, and our goal today has been to look at practical tips for excellence in the new year. We have been conducting these trainings almost on a monthly basis for the past couple of months, and in 2024, as one of our own written down plans as well, is to continue doing such. We are going to have a lot more structure to it. You would continue to receive notifications in the channels that you have received it. But please also, maybe one of the goals next year is to bring someone else when you see these seminars, especially if it's been meaningful to you. Just bring someone else so that together, if we all become better, no one gets left behind. So thank you for your time, and to our facilitators for today. It's been a real